No, Uncle Raymond, this is not right.
Don't worry, it won't take long.
This is not right. This shouldn't have happened to me. No!
They say pain either softens you or turns you into something dangerous. This is the story of a girl whose childhood was stolen in silence. A woman who grew up believing love was a lie, and how she spent years destroying marriages until tragedy forced her to finally face herself. This is not a story about excuses. It's a story about consequences. Her name was Zara Menza. Before the pain, Zara was a gentle child, quiet, curious, always reading. She grew up in a home where discipline mattered, respect mattered, and elders were never questioned. Her uncle, Uncle Raymond, was everywhere in her childhood. He was her mother's younger brother, educated, well-spoken, trusted. He picked her up from school, helped with homework, bought her books, paid her school fees when money was tight. Everyone loved him, especially her parents. When Zara was 12, her parents started leaving her alone with him more often. "Your uncle is family," they'd say. "You're safe with him." At first, he was just present. Then he became familiar. Then familiar became uncomfortable. Zara didn't have the words to explain it. She only knew that when Uncle Raymond was around, her chest tightened, her smile faded. Her body learned fear before her mind could understand it. It happened when Zara was 15. Her parents had gone out for a family event. Uncle Raymond volunteered to stay back. There was no violence, no screaming, just manipulation, authority, silence. When it was over, Zara felt something worse than pain. She felt erased. That night, she sat in the bathroom for hours, scrubbing her skin until it burned, trying to wash off something that wasn't visible. She didn't sleep. She didn't cry. She just stared at the wall and wondered how someone so trusted could destroy her so quietly. 3 days later, Zara finally spoke. Her voice shook as she told her mother first. Her mother froze. Not in anger, not in concern, in fear. When her father was told, the room went silent. No shouting, no confrontation, just disbelief. "You must have misunderstood," her father said. "Raymond wouldn't do that." Her mother cried, not for Zara, but for shame. "Do you know what this will do to our family?" Uncle Raymond was called in. He denied everything, and the adults believed him. That night, Zara was told to pray, to forget, to move on. Uncle Raymond was never reported. He continued visiting, and Zara learned her second lesson in life. Sometimes the people who are supposed to protect you choose comfort instead. Zara changed. She stopped talking, stopped trusting, stopped believing in goodness. At school, she became sharp-tongued, distant, emotionally unavailable. She stopped believing in marriage, stopped believing in forever. To her, vows meant nothing because the people who promised to protect her didn't. As an adult, Zara became beautiful in a dangerous way. Not loud, not desperate, controlled. She worked in corporate spaces, social circles, places where married men felt unseen. She didn't seduce them aggressively. She listened. She became their escape. Every broken marriage felt like proof that love was fake, that loyalty was fragile, that vows were meaningless words. She told herself, if your marriage can be destroyed by me, then it was already dead. Ethan Moore loved his family. At least, that's what everyone believed, including him. He was married to Rachel Moore, a woman who had built her life around her husband and children. She packed lunches, attended school events, and still smiled when Ethan walked through the door. Zara met Ethan at a corporate training seminar. She didn't flirt. She admired his discipline, asked about his kids, complimented his commitment to family. That was her strategy. Affirm what men were proud of, then wait. Weeks passed, then months. Ethan started staying late after meetings. He lingered, talked. Zara became the person who listened without judgment. One evening, he said quietly, "I feel invisible at home." Zara didn't agree. She didn't contradict him. She said, "That must hurt." That sentence unlocked him. Then the affair began. Late-night texts that felt harmless, phone calls hidden in the car, emotional dependence masked as friendship. Ethan began comparing Rachel to Zara without Zara ever asking. Zara never demanded anything. She let Ethan dismantle his own marriage. Rachel, Ethan's wife, found the phone. Not a message about love, not proof of intimacy, but hundreds of deleted conversations, late-night call logs, and one unsent message Ethan forgot to erase. "I don't feel like myself without you." Rachel confronted him. Ethan confessed everything. And then Rachel left him and filed for a divorce. When the divorce was finalized, Ethan begged Zara to stay. She blocked him and walked away. Months later, Zara met Daniel Brooks. Daniel Brooks and his wife Vanessa were admired. They were successful, stylish, influential. Zara met Daniel at a charity gala. She challenged him intellectually, disagreed with him publicly, refused to be impressed. Daniel wasn't used to that. Zara made herself rare. She answered messages hours later, missed calls, apologized calmly. Daniel pursued harder, until Zara started giving him the attention he wanted. It started like harmless talks here and there. Then it grew to something extraordinary. Business lunches that ran too long, private meetings justified as work, emotional reliance disguised as ambition. Daniel began confiding frustrations. Zara validated his ego, never his excuses. He believed he had control. He didn't realize he was already losing everything. Vanessa, Daniel's wife, suspected her husband was having an affair and then decided to hire a private investigator. The evidence wasn't physical, it was patterns. Hotel receipts disguised as meetings, private dinners billed as networking, a second phone Daniel forgot to secure. When Vanessa confronted him, she didn't cry. She handed him divorce papers. The scandal spread. Daniel lost his marriage, his reputation, his career. Zara disappeared before the fallout reached her. Barely a year after the scandal, Zara saw Michael Harris and his wife Claire at an event and knew that Michael Harris was different. He loved his wife, Claire, openly and proudly. Zara targeted him anyway, not out of desire, but to prove something to herself. Zara positioned herself as a safe friend. No flirtation, no tension, just support. Michael talked about his wife constantly. Zara listened. She became his emotional anchor during stress, exhaustion, and doubt. Eventually, Michael crossed a line and immediately regretted it. He cried. He said, "I hate myself for this." Zara felt something unfamiliar, shame. Michael confessed, not because he was caught, but because he couldn't live with himself. Claire was devastated, but grateful for the truth. Michael left to rebuild his marriage alone. Zara walked away silently. For the first time, the victory felt hollow. Zara told herself these men were weak, but slowly the truth surfaced. She didn't choose men. She chose control. Then, tragedy came for the one relationship she never meant to destroy. Her closest friend, Aisha, died suddenly. Aisha believed in love, healing, and forgiveness. At the funeral, Zara watched Aisha's husband break down, and when grief blurred boundaries, Zara failed herself and her best friend. She slept with her best friend's husband. This time, Zara couldn't disappear. The truth came out. not through messages, not through suspicion, but through guilt. Aisha's memory was stained. Zara stood alone afterward, without excuses left. For the first time, Zara saw herself clearly, not as a survivor, but as a woman passing her pain forward. She understood something she had avoided for years. Trauma explains behavior, but it does not excuse it. And that realization was the most painful exposure of all. If you loved this story and want to see more stories like this, please subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notification bell. Thank you.